Yo, look, you may think that you got Albuquerque all figured out, right? So you're moving down here, you're doing your research, and you're seeing all these cool facts and all these different things that come up on the internet. But I'm here to tell you, there's probably 8 different things on this list that I curated that you haven't heard yet. So let's get right into it. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Eli, and if this is your first time tuning in to the Living in Albuquerque channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. Do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom somewhere along here. That way you guys never miss any videos, because I am dropping videos every week talking about what our beautiful city of Albuquerque and the surrounding areas have to offer to you. Now, aside from doing these great videos, talking about a lot of different areas and bringing all this great information, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. So that number popping up on the screen here is my local line, and I am a licensed broker here in the state of New Mexico. So if there's anything I can do for you, I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So feel free to reach out. You know, there's a lot of obvious things that Albuquerque has to offer to you when you move down here, but digging on the internet, of course, because, you know, who digs through encyclopedias anymore? And
Well, there's a lot I didn't know about vomit. In a minute.
just to stay current and relevant, there is 8 things that you probably don't know. As a local, I know about them, but I'm here to give them to you. So let's get right into it. Yo, I know you guys hate, and you guys are like, where is even Albuquerque, right? Are you guys even part of the United States? And yes, we are part of the United States. We are actually one of the oldest cities in the United States that's not along the coastline. We're over 300 plus years old. You heard that, 300 plus. And you can still see a lot of the old remnants still kind of playing an influence in the architecture here. And some of those buildings that they built back in the day, like in Old Town, areas like that, are still there, believe it or not. And they're well preserved, they're well taken care of. So if you guys want to take travel back in time to see what life was like, you know, over, 200 and some years ago, you're more than welcome just to head down there. They got museums and everything to show you that old lifestyle that we used to have here. All right, now, besides being super duper old, we are one of the highest cities in the United States as well, right? We're 5,000 feet above sea level, which gives us our unique climate, right? It's super nice outside today. It's sunny. We got a little bit of overcast. It's a little humid because it's been raining the past couple of days, but that's the kind of weather that you can kind of experience around this time of year. And right now it's the middle of May, so it's nice to get outside. I was actually driving around today getting some footage, and I seen a ton of people, just walking around, walking their dogs to the park, all kinds of cool stuff going on. Now, when it rains later on today, like we're expecting, you might want to go inside because it is going to get super heavy rain, but it's good. We need it, especially the plants, especially me, my wife, who's growing a garden right now. So we are going to need that rain to come down, and you are going to enjoy it too if you move down here as well. If you haven't seen Albuquerque on a map yet, I'm going to put a map up real quick for you guys to see. You can see that Albuquerque is divided by the Rio Grande. Now it's east and west that gets divided. And believe it or not, some people never go their whole lives living here and never cross the river. And as soon as they retire and get older, there's no reason for them to cross the river ever. So I spent most of my time on the west side of the river, but there's plenty of stuff on the east side that I really don't know about or ever get to see unless I go out of my way to go over there. It's cool because a lot of the places that we have are pretty close to the suburbs, close to our neighborhoods, like the Walmarts, Walgreens, restaurants, and places to eat like that. All right, this is a super fun one. So the summer right now, but I got to bring up this topic because Albuquerque becomes a city of lights during the wintertime. During that Christmas time, we are seeing a lot of people put up lights. They go all out and create these shows. I got a buddy that kind of puts this box together that goes off of the music. I'm sure you guys have seen that on the internet. We got a couple of those, but we are super heavy into what we call the Twinkle Light Parade and the lighting of the Old Town tree. And luminarias here are super huge. It's more of a traditional thing. They've even gone so far that now instead of actually putting candles inside of these bags with dirt, they actually just are plastic bags stringed by lights, which is more super efficient and probably super safe because you're not going to worry about those candles tipping over and burning the bags. Funny story is when I was about 13, 12 years old, I picked up a job putting up luminarias in a place called the Country Club where they string this whole show together of luminarias. It's almost mandatory that you have to put these up just because people drive through there around the Christmas time. And I actually was, pretty young putting those up. And I got a scar on my arm to remind me of that time that I was putting those up, which is painful, but at the same time, it was super cool because I never experienced anything like that, going out there and putting up these different designs. And, putting up luminarias was super fun back in the day, of course, when I was younger. Now, the only lights that you're going to get from us are the ones that I put up in the backyard. Never really been one to put ones up at the house, but hey, you never know. I might participate this next year. All right, so Albuquerque is becoming the movie and TV capital of the United States. They're calling us the next Hollywood for whatever reason. I don't know if that's good or bad, but Albuquerque has become the backdrop to a lot of big movie screens all over the United States like that. That's also the way you put it. Anyways, I'm not a big movie guy, but the movies that I did see that were filmed here were like Transformers. The Avengers was filmed at my high school. Actually, while I was in high school, and maybe I could put up a clip of that so
What do we do?
you guys can see what actual scene. And then also Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, the more obvious ones, were filmed down here. So we are having a lot of different kinds of movies being filmed here, which is super cool. And sometimes you can even sign up to be a cast member or a stand-in in those movies, or an extra, or whatever they call it. Again, not a super huge movie buff, but so I don't know if the terminology is correct, but I'm going to go based off of what I know. All right, so we're going to be talking about the tram. Did you know that the tram that we have here is the third largest aerial tram in the whole United States? Yeah, it's pretty big. Ask me if I've gone on it. Nope. Don't even want to think about it. Not afraid of heights, but yeah, not a big fan. But for you daredevils out there, it is about $33 to, a round trip to get to and from the top, from the bottom to the top. And at the top, they have a really nice restaurant that I hear about. Haven't got a chance to go up there. Like I said, I've never rode the tram. And if riding the tram is not your thing, you're afraid of heights, there is a back way that is super beautiful, super scenic to get to that restaurant up there. But bring your wallets because it is pricey and you are paying for the whole experience of being on top of the mountain, just enjoying a nice meal. But we have that there for you guys too, which is fun. Yo, I don't want to play too much into conspiracies, and but I'm gonna let you in a little secret. We are a victim of The Simpsons. The Simpsons conspiracies strike again, and Albuquerque is a big victim. But it played out very well because I guess in one of the episodes they were talking about Springfield moving their minor league team or baseball team to Albuquerque, and their name was the Isotopes. Now,
Mango lime salsa? That's the kind of bold flavor they enjoy in Albuquerque!
He's right! Yeah, and the rapper says Albuquerque Isotopes.
Homer was right! They're planning to move the team!
now we took advantage of that back in the day when we were, building this new stadium and renaming our team, and they renamed the team to the Isotopes based off of that episode. And a big poll was put together on all these different names, and that one actually won by a landslide from what I hear. Now, back in the day, just to kind of put in another little bit of a history about Albuquerque, Albuquerque used to be called, the minor league team used to be called the Dukes.
Dukes are coming out swinging, hustling all the way. The Dukes are coming out swinging.
Now, instead of calling Albuquerque, we call it Duke City from time to time, just because of that old baseball team. And you can still pick up a lot of that old baseball gear if you're into that kind of thing, or of the Albuquerque Dukes. I know there's still a lot of old school fans out there, so you can still pick up items here in our local stores, hat shops. They actually have a store that's just all about that team. But if, you want to pick up some Isotopes gear, you can also, pick that up in those stores as well. All right. I can't have this list without talking about the Mother Road. And, that's the old historic Route 66, which splits Albuquerque in half and is connected to a majority of the big areas that you're going to want to come down here to see, like Old Town, downtown, Nob Hill, and the Union area. This one street alone will get you from one end of the city to the other. It might take you an hour or two just because of all the traffic lights and, heavy traffic that you might see, but that one road can get you from one end of the city to the other, and you can never hop on the freeway. And there's different kinds of things that you can see, a lot of old school stuff, and a lot of shopping down in those areas that you will enjoy. I highly recommend going down to Route 66 Diner, enjoying an open faced burger and an old school milkshake, or malt as they call them. I believe me and my wife always go back and forth on shakes. Is it with ice cream? Is it not with ice cream? Is it with milk? There's a lot of controversy against that, and you guys can put your input on here. But anyways, you guys can go down there and enjoy some really good food, some cool shopping, some old nostalgic things going on down there that will just kind of give you a hint of what life used to be like when that one main road used to connect Albuquerque to, vast other cultures and all those kinds of things that used to come through here back in the day. Well, there you have it, guys. 8 cool things that I think, that really put Albuquerque into a positive light, into retrospect, to let you know, like, hey, we still have a lot to offer just aside from what you see on the internet. So if there's something that I didn't touch on, or you guys are wondering about certain areas, again, that number popping up on the screen here is my direct line. And as much as I love doing these videos, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. So feel free to call, text, email, pigeon mail, whatever it is that you got to do to contact me, because I love to help you guys out. Now, this is Eli signing out for another video, guys, and I'll check you on the next one. Peace.